Fourth grade, today you are getting a gray piece of paper, pencil, and a plate. We are going to be making tint, tone, and shade moons. The first thing I need you to do is write your name on your paper, your fourth, and then your teacher's initial, and then flip it over. When you flip it over, I want you to take the plate in the middle, hold it with your hand, and trace it for a circle. All the way around. This is going to be the circle for our moon. You are then going to get one cool color, white and black, and you're going to make your tints, tones, and shades. You're going to get your own clean water today. You can share it. You don't need to share it this time. You can get clean stuff when you need it. We're going to start with bright white in the center, and we are going to swirl in the tint. Now I'm using blue. You have the choice of making purple or green moons as well. We're going to make a spooky tree picture. I'm moving the white to the middle between the blue, and I'm going to make a lighter version by taking some blue and making a tint of blue next. And then I'm going to paint that around my circle. Then I'm going to make a tone of blue. So for tones, you're going to make gray first. Mix that up. Notice I'm mixing it without spreading it around the plate. I don't want it to dry out. Then you're going to move it into the middle. If you don't like the darkness of it, you can always try to add more white, but it's hard to go backwards to a light color. When you have it all mixed up, then you're going to add it to your moon picture. Starting in the center and working my way out. If your brush starts to drag and it looks dry, you either need more paint or water on your brush. Then you're going to make this a little bit darker. I'm going to add some more color. I'm going to add some more black. We're getting closer to making shades. I added a little white because I didn't want it to be as powerful right away. I'm going to get darker and darker as I get closer to the edge. On the furthest edge, I want it to be a shade. So I'm going to quickly show you how to make a shade of blue. You're going to take a pile of blue, add a little bit of black, and that is going to be your darkest color. I'm going to go back to this one. I almost used that and darkened it a little bit more. It's going to be gradual and gradual. It doesn't have to be perfect rings either. It can be painterly, which means you can see all the brush strokes. You can kind of smear them together a little bit, but I want you to make almost like a value scale in your paint from light to dark all the way to the edge. So I'm going to finish with that color. I'm going to make some more. Now if you run out of a color, you are welcome to get up and add some to your plate. Remember to tip your plate as you're getting the paint because you do not want it to squirt straight at you, and sometimes, unfortunately, the pumps get clogged and it comes out at an angle and it really can get you. I suggest wearing a smock. I wear one when I paint. I wear one when you guys are painting so that I still don't get it on me. So you want to make sure that you are protecting yourself from getting major stains. You're also going to try to keep your hands clean today. Trying to keep it out of the paint. You don't want paint backing up all on your paintbrush all the way to the end. It's easier to stay clean if you're controlling the paint to the tip of your paintbrush. I think I'm going to make this one a little darker. I could even go almost black at the end. You can see how spooky and eerie this looks already. It's turning out awesome. You can see that I'm not being super neat about the way I put my paint on either. You can see that I'm kind of going back and forth. But when we get to the final edge is where I want you to see how clean you can make it look. So I'm going to finish this on my own, and I will show you a picture of the finished product, just so you don't have to watch and sit and watch me paint all the way to the edge. But one way that you can see how I do it is you're going to put it down and kind of drag it towards you. And then turn your paper, put it down, and drag it towards you. And then when it starts to drag and you see that it's kind of drying up like that, let me just zoom in. That tells you you need more paint on your brush. So you put the paint on your brush, go back, drag your paper. It's looking white again. I could flip my brush over and use what's there. Doing your best to kind of outline that edge and then filling the rest in so it looks like an eerie nighttime moon. And just because I use blue doesn't mean you have to use blue. Purple and green will work as an eerie moon too. After you're done, you're carrying it like a pizza. You are putting it on the drying rack. You are going to take your plate, throw it in the garbage. Do not play with the paint. Do not paint on yourself. You are going to wash your own brush. To wash your brush, you turn the water on cold, and while it is running underneath, you are swirling it in the palm of your hand. When you put it away, it needs to be tips up. All right. Thanks for listening.